Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video I decided I wanted to have a quick discussion about the latest update in Last War. So let me just get straight into it. So one of the first improvements or new features is something called a War Center building. As you can see, it's listed there. So I'll quickly show you this building and then I'll have a quick little or give you my thoughts on it. So it's this building over here. So when this update is first released on your server, you'll be able to click on, the build icon. It'll show up under there. So this is called a War Center building. And so essentially what it is it lists all the war events in your server. So obviously you have Desert Storm, Winter Storm, Meteorite War, Cannon Storm, and it pretty much tells you, I guess, how much longer you need to wait until the event starts. So as you can see, for me, Desert Storm Battlefield will start in about 22 hours, Winter Storm in like 1 day, a couple of hours, and then Cannon Storm will be tonight or tomorrow morning, so to speak. And if you click on the view button, it takes you directly to the actual, I guess, interface for that event. And it's also got the information icon as well to give you a quick summary. Now, interestingly enough, although those events are showing up under this, War Center, they will still show up under the event tab, as in they will let you know when the event starts still under the event tab, as it always has. So I'm trying to understand what is the purpose then of this War Center building, except for just giving you a shortcut to quickly enter the interface instead of having to click on events and then select the one. But then again, I still don't quite understand the purpose of this War Center building. If the event, center already tells you what events are coming up, and also you can always click on this events tab to see, about the event and to organize everything. So yeah, not too sure about that one, unless they're planning to do something differently in the future. I'm not sure. But then they've also now, with the hidden treasure, added the ability to where you can open 2 to 10 chests consecutively. So you know how the hidden treasure feature, if you go ahead and click on their hidden treasure, you'll notice there's this new option that says dig 2 times. At the moment it's currently grayed out for me, but that is a new option, and I'm not quite, I guess it's grayed out because I only have one piece of the M3, so that's probably why. But if you had multiples of all of these pieces, then this option would probably be available, and you can click on it, I guess, to speed it up instead of having it, go one by one. So I guess that's like an efficiency thing. So I mean, that's kind of a good thing, I guess. Saves time and more efficient, so that's not too bad of an update. They've also reduced the dispatch requirements for SSR and UR tasks in Secret Mobile Squad for difficulty levels 1 and 2. So, I mean, that's a good thing as well. Like, the less you have to do, the better, I guess. Now, also, what they've said here is when you move the Martial Guard building, a grid will be displayed on the world map. So, I'll just quickly show you that one and show you how it looks. So, say you go click on the, Martial Guard building, you click on to move it, and now as you can see it will show the grid. So it is definitely better better for alignment when you do have this grid option. So that's a nice thing to see. So that's pretty cool. So that's a good update. Then in terms of the other updates, so you have a few for the arms race. So for the city building theme, the tech research theme, and the unit enhancement theme, the points needed to unlock the chest has been reduced. So for example, for the city building theme, the points have been reduced from, 2,500 to 1,000 for the first box, 5,000 to 3,000 for the second box, and 12,000 to 10,000 for the third box. So those are the changes for, arms race, and it's pretty much only for these 3 tiers, or sorry, not tiers, but themes. I'm not sure why they only chose those themes, but it is what it is, I guess, so that's okay. But still, a good update because, like I said, less is more, so that's a good thing. Now, they've also made some adjustments to Desert Storm, so in particular to the individual points. So the individual points for controlling buildings has now been adjusted to 30 points per second for each building controlled. So I guess that should make it easier to gather a lot more points over time. So, I mean, that update, I guess, yeah, it can be a good thing, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one. You know, I don't know. Like, it sounds like a good thing on paper, but, you know, is it going to make the event too easy, or I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. And then individual points earned from gathering and collecting points. Supply boxes will match the alliance points earned. All right, I'm not too worried about that one. They've also now done a couple of optimizations for the Cannon Storm events. So they've actually now added an optional War Day participation time, which is starting from 2300 hours server time. So I think a lot of people, especially in Europe, have been complaining about the timing of Cannon Storm and how you can't actually select a time slot, whereas in some of the other events you can. So this is definitely a very good update, and I'm yet to see this in action yet because we have already set up Cannon Storm and it's starting tonight. So when the registration opens up again for the next one, it will be interesting to see that second option showing up. So that's definitely a good update. I'm sure a lot of players, especially in Europe, would be super excited about that one. And now it also says that when you request to join Cannon Storm, right, you can choose to request between Team A and Team B. I think what they mean is, like, you know, when you go to the events tab, go to Cannon Storm, go to eventually where it says, like, you know, request to fight, and how it's like, it'll show like Team A tab first, then Team B tab second, and you click the tab you want to request to fight in, blah, 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 and that assigns you. So maybe instead of having the two different tabs, as you can see, you know how Team A, Team B, maybe it's just going to be like one tab, and it's just going to prompt you to choose which team you want to go to when you request to fight. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll see how that one plays out closer to the time, and I'll keep you updated with that one. And apart from that, apparently the Euro button in the bottom left corner of the Battlefield interface will be replaced with the Tactician button. You can tap on that Tactician button to edit the interface and view current Tactician member information, and Alliance R4/R5 members can adjust the appointment of Tactician members. And commanders with the Juricator role in the Rulebringers faction will have their bases display a special icon on the battlefield. And they've also added a buff display list provided by the Serum Factory building. A new faction tab has been added to the rules where you can view information about the two factions, which is obviously Dawnbreakers and Rulebringers, which are extremely stupid names compared to the ones they had before, but it is what it is. And it also says when a team has no assigned Tactician member, a red dot notification will appear. So you saw that one before, how, you know, I went to participants and it's got this red dot because we haven't assigned a Tactician yet. So that's what that update is referring to. And apart from that, there was one other update. Let me double check. So let's see. Okay, I've done the Tactician. So with the Doomsday Domination, it's added a level 11 unit event and restricted area training. So the level 11 unit troops have come on a few servers. It has not come on my server yet, so I am yet to see that in action. When that whole interface gets released in my server for the T11 troops, I'll definitely make a video about that one. Now this update that I'm going to mention now is very strange, but it says that in Cross Warzone teleport mode, clicking the return button will no longer directly return you to your original Warzone. Kind of strange, because what if, say, I'm teleporting from my server to another server and then I just click on return so I can quickly come back? That's not going to happen, apparently, according to this, which makes absolutely zero sense, and I don't understand what's the point of it. Like, that just seems totally dumb to me, so I don't know. I'll see what happens, on War Day this Saturday and see exactly how that plays out. But just to me, It seems stupid, like really stupid. But anyway, moving on. Now it does say as well, when you teleport on the world map and zoom in or zoom out, the minimap information will be displayed. Now I didn't exactly know what they mean by that, except for like, you know, if I say zoom out, right, there's this little information icon that pops up under the mini map, I guess you'd call it that, and it's kind of like a key. You know, it tells you what all the different buildings mean. These buildings, actually, now thinking over these buildings, kind of remind me of those Monopoly buildings, which is funny that I only just realized that now. Yeah, so I guess that's what it is. I don't know exactly. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but to me, that's the way I'm reading it. That sort of makes the most sense. And the last thing they've done is they just optimized the display animation for first time acquisition of Kimberly, which is just a minor thing. So a couple of big bug fixes there. Don't need to worry about that one. But that's pretty much the latest update. So in summary, I would say this new event building is strange. Not sure the purpose of it, but maybe it's going to make more sense in the future. I don't know. And a couple of nice changes to Arms Race. And those are probably the most noteworthy. And of course, Cannon Storm having the different, you know, selection time would be a nice change as well. So a couple of nice changes there. A couple that don't really make much sense, but it is what it is. So let me know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on this update? What did you like about it? What do you hate about it? Just so, because I'm really curious to hear your feedback. So yeah. Anyway though, thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.